It's the law of the universe. It's non-verbal. An experience. It's an inner experience focused on your heart. Your thoughts create. Everything is energy. Through prayer, you can interact with your bodies. My father used to speak about Einstein as a child. He used to speak about relativity and space and time and the universe and the stars. And now the realization that you've got here of consciousness, which is on a global scale, it's like a tsunami of light hitting the earth. Just to elaborate his theory, since Einstein was spiritual, he refused to call himself an atheist, that there is a God, not from the Bible, and not somebody that sits on a throne, on a big cloud and judges you. Like Isaac Newton, they experience the world in a different way, with respect to the attitude towards life. Pretend that nothing is a miracle, or pretend that everything is a miracle. Not only be amazed by the mystical things, but mystical things of life, about what's in front of you. The essence of becoming completely present with what is. It's like a child moving towards it, like a Disneyland, thinking, wow, respect to the moment of life, of what is. Life is consciousness. There is a complete order to things in the universe. Everything dances by a very secret music, set by an invisible musician. So we'll now move on to the next slide here. Here we go. Right, now, this is very interesting now. Okay, this lady's name's called Barbara Macerniak. And she's from South Carolina in America. And she has some channeling done from one grouping of beings in the universe called the Pleiadians. And they gave us some messages, and I received the same kind of message as well, being here as a light worker some 3 years ago from beings. And according to her quote, she's saying that you need to connect with the field, that being coherent, such as kindness, less aggressive, and compassion, love and positivity to reach those higher vibrations for a more fulfilling life. If you transmit bad, negative energies, you'll have those experiences around you. Others will pick up on those energies. I stopped emitting my own frequencies, preoccupied in absorbing the frequencies around me. They'd often be destructive and negative. In that moment, when happy and joyful and successful and full of light, I was emitting my own frequencies. When I was being me, I responded to the world around me, the real essence, the source of who you are, not the person created by the environment around you, and not my world. In fact, it's the other way round. It starts from within. Reality is multidimensional. These spiritual beings are highly more evolved than you are. And they were mentioned in 1992 through this channeling to this lady, Barbara Masaniak, that there would be a dimensional shift on this earth. Now, this was back in 1992. We're 2014 now. Okay? And they said that the earth would be in a third dimension, which again is density, which I mentioned earlier, in which the body would move into the fourth and fifth dimension, in which the body does not have a solid state. We are also talking about what the Mayans predicted some nearly 5,000 years ago, as well as other cultures around the earth, such as the Egyptians and the Chinese and other indigenous tribes around the earth. They mentioned this too. They tried to tell you. So I'll now move on to the next slide. Okay, now, back in 2012, I went to Mexico. On this amazing journey that I was on. When I consciously awoken, I was guided to go to these ancient sites. I found out who I was and why I was here and what was going on. I was spiritually guided there. Like many of the other ancient sites, during my conscious awakening, the Pleiadians mentioned the completion of the earth and the new age, a new awareness of consciousness. Many of us are here on a higher path. It's a mission of the starseeds, in which we carry our own energy signature, such as light workers, starseeds, rainbow warriors, indigos, which you're hearing a lot about now in America. A lot of these star children being born here now with different kind of healing powers and ET languages and whatever's going on. They predicted that this was going to happen. At recognizing the voices of the divine and seeing the light. It was not the end of the world. That's not what these small entities, the entities that you've got here now ruling the earth, they've got you all deceived. They told you the world was going to end and there's going to be a polar shift. 3 days of darkness. None of that was going to happen at all. In fact, what it was the ending of a time and the beginning of a new time when there'd be this big spiritual awakening going on around the earth, when people would consciously awaken, remembering who they are and why they're here. And seeing the world differently and thinking, what's going on? So this is like a tsunami of light transcending around the earth. And the Mayans predicted also the awakening of the galactic spiritual heart and your encounter with the cosmos. These pyramids that you've got around the earth are energy grids. They are powerful points on the earth. They're like a receptor. And the 26,000 year was a cycle in bringing in these new photon lights of energy from the galactic alignment. So now I'm going to move on to the next slide. Now, according to the Mayan elders, They knew about this awakening of the heart, which involves the embracing of your sacred elemental nature and the energy of Gaia. Again, Gaia being Mother Earth, it's known back to the ancients. It requires you to become cosmic citizens and travellers among the stars. What you call ETs are light beings. You're all ETs. The universe has a multitude of cultures and beings, and the pyramids are frequency to these energies around the earth. The universe is full of beings, as well as frequencies of thought, those more advanced. The Mayan culture, through listening to these tribes, mentioned contact through the heart, in which I had some encounters, such as orbs and much more. The light has a very ancient wisdom and knowledge. To be in joy, you need to be in contact with yourselves and be in contact with these energies. The third eye, as I mentioned earlier with the chakras, allows you to see things. Your inner soul is your essence, which is what I mentioned earlier. That is who you are. Remember I said the body is just a shell. You are here, you are spiritual beings. Everybody here on this earth is a spiritual being. You are all ever powerful. You're infinite. You're all that is, and you're all that ever was. That's your real essence. The outside, here, the earth, is an illusion. Remember what I said. Reality is multidimensional. Your communication with the universe. As I said, I have seen orbs, and I've had many other close encounters whilst going on this journey, travelling around, consciously being guided to these ancient sites around the world through my awakening. And this is where energy has materialised and taken shape. So now move on to the next slide. Okay, the transformation now is the happening of the heart chakras. Many are awakening now around the world. They're breaking the trance. Many may have suffered symptoms the way I did regarding this evolutionary change, in which light energies are coming into this dense, lower frequencies of the body. Remember that I said earlier, the earth is a third dimension. The new age was moving up into those higher dimensions, the fourth and fifth dimension. So this has to happen slowly, otherwise it could be quite dangerous. It's where you're evolving and you're changing and you're spiritually awakening. So in Mexico, I felt lighter. I already know that I'm on the fourth, fifth dimension. I would hear non-physical sounds while I was in Guadalajara in Mexico. I had a feeling that I was going to trip, feeling wobbly. In Guadalajara on my journey, I had pains in my joints. I was feeling nausea, feeling sick. I didn't want to eat meat. The fourth chakra is the opening of the heart and dimensions. and the portals around the fourth vortex around the earth. That dimension is connected with your fourth chakra, which is the heart chakra. The other thing I wanted to say, it is the law of the universe for these higher celestial beings in the universe, what you call angels, because we're angels, only they're more evolved than we are here. Because in the universe, on other planets, some of them are millions of light years, thousands of years ahead of you, and they're much more evolved. They're on much higher dimensions. Just to give you an example, they don't need to consume food the way you do here. They don't need to take oil and take anything from the planet, from the earth, and throw garbage everywhere and kill the animals. And they don't need to do that. They're technological-wise and spiritually-wise, they are way more evolved than you are here. It's the law of the universe for them not to intervene. So you need to consciously make these changes in making your place in the universe as part of the angelic galactic family. So I suggest you need to start loving yourselves. The body is sacred. Your body is a sacred temple. Cleanse it with good thoughts and start taking responsibility for what you create. Remember who you are and learn to love. And lastly, the fifth dimension is being in harmony with yourself and the world around you. So you need to take responsibility. Take care of this planet and the people and the animals, because this is the new paradigm that you're in now, this conscious awakening that's going on now around the earth, which is what is going to happen in the next few years. This new paradigm that you are in, the systems will slowly change within the next few years. So rather than greed, it'll be compassion with others and compassion with the earth. For those higher frequencies of love. The Mayans spoke about this day. Coming like from many other cultures around the world. With an intelligence that goes far beyond this world. So that's it really, that's all I wanted to say. Thank you very much everyone. Thank you for coming in this evening. This is really great, thank you, really appreciate that. I hope you enjoyed it, and it will maybe open up your minds a little bit and you'll find this quite fascinating and quite intriguing. The new consciousness and the earth and the energies and what's going on in my calling. Thank you very much. Namaste.